Welcome. My name is Mark Blatstein, the physician founder of Physician Presentence Report Service. Today, I want to look at the Department of Justice, Drug Enforcement Administration. They extended, calling it the fourth temporary extension of the COVID-19 telemedicine flexibility for prescription of controlled substances. So this is good and this is great, except there are caveats. And that is that healthcare has been in the crosshairs of the Department of Justice since President Trump started under Attorney General Bondi. Telemedicine has been a clear focus of that. But just because the law says you can do it doesn't mean that you're off scot-free. And so still the telemedicine and healthcare are the DOJ's number one target. Documentation, though, is key. First, you want to have a healthcare risk assessment management policy. This is going to be your best defense. I'll open up another website. We'll make this a little bit larger. So you can see this is just one example that I use of a company. This was August 2025, evolution of the False Claims Act, misuse of opioids, AI becoming a new threat in data security because the Department of Justice is using artificial intelligence. Everything you put online can be found. And I'm not in the Department of Justice, but it seems to me that everything now is at risk. Telehealthcare requires scrutiny on the standard of care, legal review, commentary. This is a great website, a great program. It's not the only program, but the clear summary that preserves the substance is the fourth temporary telemedicine rule. It affects January 1, 26 to December 31. Bottom line here, the rule provides continuity of care for patients and providers, allowing remote consultations and prescribing of qualified and controlled medications to continue for an additional year beyond the prior extensions. Documentation is key because you may be audited, you may not be indicted, but now with artificial intelligence, every code that you use, every prescription that is filled is watched. So I'm going to go here to page 6 and we'll see if this works. Okay. Whoops. Give me a minute. And if we can, looks like we can make it a little bit bigger. Okay. So I'm not sure why. There we go. Okay. So the DEA jointly with HHS is now issuing a fourth temporary rule to prevent what has been commonly referred to as the telemedicine cliff, a reinstatement of the pre-pandemic restrictions imposed by the CSA, which could potentially and abruptly limit patients' access to care until promulgation of a final set of regulations is done. So this is going to be an extension that will provide the DEA to put in place final regulations. The DEA registration, record keeping, and security requirements will be adopted as these final set of regulations. And they go through here, legal authority is through the Hyde Act and the Controlled Substances Act. And, and essentially, both of these acts to generally require that the dispensing of a controlled substance by means of the internet is predicated on a valid prescription involving at least one in-person medical evaluation. At the same time, it also establishes 7 accepted categories of telemedication. But it's so important for the document of your electronic medical record notes to be appropriate. And if you need to hire certified coders or have a company like I just reviewed regarding risk management that has a professional coding arm. I believe one of my YouTubes actually references a company that teaches and has seminars on coding, but everything needs to be squeaky clean because you do not want to be on the other end of an indictment. If you feel that the FBI is asking questions, you need legal counsel that is trained for federal criminal court and most helpful in cases like yours. Part of what they also quote in this article is that here is the Diversion Control Division use of telemedicine while providing medication assisted treatments. And this is that Hyde Act that I referred to earlier. This is the act in total that you can download and open up. Medicaid assisted treatment, as to deviate a bit, is also available in the Federal Bureau of Prisons. But unfortunately, if you're coming into prison with an addiction to narcotics and assuming that you're going to get treated, that may not be the case because, first of all, the BOP is short staffed nationwide. That is both correction staff, nursing staff, teaching staff. Secondly, medications are not available in all Bureau of Prison facilities nationwide. And lastly, as I've approached on another video, is that the Bureau of Prisons really doesn't provide this medication assisted medication assisted treatment or MET until 6 months before you're released, which really makes no sense. This is the DEA's Controlled Substances Act. And again, this is all good if you're a practicing physician where you want to have your hands on to the direct documents. I've provided this here, but essentially it all comes down to having a in-house, some sort of risk management program between yourself, counsel, with where there's an appointed person of the staff who reviews charts pretty regularly and documents that, because it comes down to documentation and how good yours is compared to what others are going to be like when the Department of Justice comes snooping around, because they will through artificial intelligence. I hope you found this helpful. I am grateful that you've taken the time to listen. If you feel that the FBI is asking questions or looking, get legal. You need a criminal defense attorney who practices in the federal court with cases like yours. If you think you're facing prison, give me a call so we can at least attempt to put in place the best possible outcome for you. Thank you for taking your time to listen to me today, and have a safe day.